After I was passed over for a management position for the 5th time, my mother called, once again nagging me to come home and let her set me up with someone. Normally, I would have shut her down immediately. But this time, I quietly agreed. It was because, after losing the promotion to my arch-nemesis yet again, I'd gone to confront my boss and boyfriend determined to get answers. But I accidentally overheard him talking to someone else. "You've watched Patty grow in this company. Why do you vote against her promotion every single time?" A cynical laugh from Chad Shaw. "I give her the affection she wants, and I give the owner's daughter the position she wants. I get to keep both of them, everyone gets something, and I maximize my assets. What's wrong with that?" The other person sounded impressed. "Yuri cold-blooded. You keep her angling with low-cost affection. Aren't you afraid she'll just get fed up and leave?" Chad's voice was casual, confident. "It's been a few years in bed, that's all. It was mutual. If she leaves, it's no real loss." He paused. "Besides, last month Shess the one who suggested we stop using protection. I don't think Shess ready to let go just yet." He had ripped away the last shred of my dignity with his own hands. Along with the 5 years of what I had carefully nurtured, what I had foolishly believed was love. I tore the appeal form in my hands to shreds and bought a ticket for the next train home. A position and a love that 7 years of my life cowled in turn. I was done with them. Amber White snatched the torn pieces of paper from my hand. "An appeal form? You're going to appeal again?" she sneered, flicking the scraps of paper at my face. "Patty, you need to learn your place. Failing once or twice might be bad luck. But 5 times? Do you still think it's just luck? You're out of your league. Appealing a dozen times won't change that." I thought of the 4 previous appeal forms tucked away in my bottom drawer, each one neatly signed by Chad Shaw, each one citing insufficient competence as the reason for failure. For the first time, it struck me as funny. Every time, HED placate me with excuses about fairness and avoiding favoritism. His words were like bitter medicine he forced down my throat, leaving me choked and silent. In 7 years, I had landed 6 multi-million-dollar contracts for this company. I was the top performer for 13 consecutive quarters. It ended up in the hospital with 2 bleeding ulcers from cleaning up my colleagues' messes. Not a single client had worked with had ever called me incompetent. In the past, I would have argued with Amber, defending my abilities to the bitter end. But now, I was just tired. It would only end with us in front of Chad, where he would deliver the same lukewarm verdict. Past performance is irrelevant. You need to accept that your overall skills just don't measure up. And then, under the spell of his manipulation, I'd throw myself back into my work, desperate to prove myself, all while fulfilling his goal of getting maximum return on a minimal investment. Only now did I realize that the one who was never treated fairly was me. "Chad Shaw, you really know how to play the game." Tears blurred my vision, splashing onto my phone screen. A notification lit it up. "Come to my office." My dormant heart gave a weak flutter, a foolish spark of hope. But as I reached the door, I heard Amber sobbing from inside. "All right, stop crying. I told you, you deserve this. I'll handle her." Chad's voice, so gentle and patient, was a dull knife twisting in my heart, churning up the rot inside. 6 months ago, Amber had spread a rumor that had slept with a client to close a deal. The client's wife had found me and beaten me so badly my face was a swollen mess I could only eat liquids for 2 days. I had looked at him then with the same tearful vulnerability, begging him to clear my name. His only response had been, "Don't be so dramatic and naive. This is the corporate world. You know the truth will come out eventually." Bitterness seeped into the old wounds. I had to admit, even his so-held affection had always been rationed. I numbly pushed the door open. Chad's hand, which had been wiping Amber's tears, froze. He glared at me, annoyed. "I hear you're unhappy with Director White's promotion. Has anyone ever